Good rising and great awakenings. Uben Neferni hast. And welcome to the HeruScopes analysis for the new moon on October 30th, 2016 on planet Earth. I'm really excited about this new moon because it started just about 30 minutes ago. This is actually being filmed during the moments of the new moon. And it started at around 10:38 Pacific time in the sign of Aspolia or Sidereal Virgo, and at 1 o'clock Pacific time it's going to move into Sidereal Libra, which we call Maat here at HeruScopes. So we are just wrapping up the time of Aspolia when we were planting seeds for the coming year, for our future, planting the seeds of our intentions and our manifestations, and just charting out the course for the coming year. And we're wrapping up that month of Aspolia, and now we're entering into the time of Ma'at. And the fact that the new moon and the sun are moving into Ma'at at the same time, because it's really exciting, because the sidereal calendar moves a little differently than the Western calendar, and it's just really auspicious right now. So we're going to be in for the entire month of Ma'at, which is the time for the goddess, the cosmic force of balance, truth, order, harmony, justice, reciprocity, and righteousness. And in the Western astrology system, this time is known as the month of Libra, which is represented by the scales of Ma'at. So at this time, I'd like to invoke the goddess Maat and also the goddess Shisheta. Shisheta is the cosmic force associated with the new moon at HeruScopes, and she represents knowledge of astrology, astronomy, mathematics, engineering, architecture, sacred geometry, bookkeeping, filing, records, the reckoner of time, the keeper of deeds, all kinds of important forces and attributes for us to have in our lives. I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but right now I'm going to invoke the goddess Maat.
Ma'ati ma'akeru. Om Ma'ati ma'akeru. Om Ma'ati ma'akeru. Om Ma'ati ma'akeru. The one divine self manifesting as the dual goddesses of truth of above and below, heaven and earth, assist us in attaining spiritual enlightenment.
Shisheta, 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 Dua, 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 Shisheta, Dua, 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 Shisheta, 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 the boom, the boom, the boom, the boom, Shisheta, the boom, the boom, the boom, the boom, Shisheta. Adorations to the goddess Shisheta. I am Shisheta. Hatep. All right. Now I'd like to talk about the analysis, the HeruScope report. And you already have a copy of the chart from Astrology 13. You should have received it in the invitation. And then it's also going to be flashed throughout this video. So the first thing I want to talk about is the new moon. We have the new moon, or Shisheta, is moving into Ma'at this weekend. And it's unusual because the new moon starts in Virgo and ends in Libra, and usually it's just all during one sign. So even that is significant, because that means for this coming month, we're still dealing with the energies associated with cleaning up the garden, or putting things away from the previous planting season or the harvesting season, and then living in the balance of Maat and the harmony that comes with living with Maat. And that is certainly going to be my focus for this year. I feel like I've identified some major aspects in my life, but it's extreme. I'm either one way, all one way, and none of the other way, or all the other way and looking back at the other way. And I'm really looking forward to finding my own rhythm and finding a balance in my life, manifesting balance in my life in as many ways as possible. And we're really fortunate because also in the sign of Maat is the planet Jehuti, or Mercury. And so we have Mercury and Jehuti, or Shiseta, in the same sign with the sun, with Ra. So we're going to be using our creativity to create balance in our writings, our teachings, our building, our creativity. Everything is going to be moving in the direction of Ma'at. So everything that we do in our daily lives, if we could just stay focused on Ma'at, or remember that our main purpose is to create balance, then it should provide us some sort of protection or strength when we're going through difficult times. If we can just remember that we're living in a time of An-Ma'at, where there's hardly any Ma'at in the world today. There's just so much injustice. And we could just stay focused on restoring Ma'at and restoring balance. I think we'll be doing great. The other thing that's in our favor is that Venus has moved into the sign of Imhotep, and she's there with Mars, or Set, and Rephan, or Saturn. And so we have these three cosmic forces all in alignment with bringing out the healer in ourselves and healing our own lives and helping other people to heal. And we can do that by remaining on the beauty path, seeing the beauty in all things, looking for the gift in every adversity. I know it's a challenge, but that is going to be the key to getting through this next celestial cycle, because the moon is in Ma'at right now and the sun is in Ma'at, and that means that that's the energy for the month. It's all about restoring balance. So we're very fortunate for this. It's like two alignments. We have the moon, the sun, and Mercury all in Sidereal Libra, or Ma'at. And we have Mars, Saturn, and Venus all in the sign of Sidereal Ophiuchus, or Imhotep. So this is an amazing opportunity to build, create, establish, manifest balance in our lives, to set the direction of our life in the direction of establishing Ma'at, to break beyond any boundaries or limitations or anything blocking us to finding Ma'at in our own lives. And then, of course, seeing the beauty and remembering the beauty through all of our trials and tribulations, that is really at the end of our adversity is the beauty, the love and the beauty of HeRu. So that pretty much sums up the HeruScopes analysis. Before we move on to the KemeTones segment of the program, I'd like to offer two more songs to the goddess. This first one is to the goddess Maat. Maat, Maat, Anku Maat. Maat, Maat, Anku Maat. Maat nebutan, a Maat Nebuten. Usually I sing that song like 4 times or 7 times or however many times. The translation is, Maat is the source of life. Maat is in everywhere you are. Rise in the morning with Maat. Live with Maat. Join with Maat. Let her guide your actions. Adorations to the goddess Maat, who is in everywhere you are. So for this next coming month, or the next moon cycle, or however many days Maat is, remember that Maat is in everywhere you are. And no matter what's going on, just seek the balance. And if you get to the balance, you'll be fine. And you all remind me of that song as well. Okay, now I'd like to offer a beautiful little tune for the goddess Heru. Nukpu Heru, 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 Naterita, Nukpu Heru, Naterita, Nukpu Heru, Naterita, Nukpu Heru, Naterita. Do a Heru, Hetep. Of course, that song means I am Heru, I am peace. I am Heru, the great goddess Heru. And so, also during this coming month, I'm not really sure how many days Venus is going to be in Ophiuchus. But it's always important to remember the beauty path. But in this case, remember that the beauty path is, for this time, a source of healing. So when you're feeling a certain way, just remember to look for the beauty in all things. And you should be fine. Alright, before I move down to the chimes, I wanted to do a little bit with these tuning forks because I don't really have a tuning fork for Maat except for these little ones. So here we have the new moon and Mercury, or Shosheta and Jehuti. Moving blocks when you're coming up and manifesting peace and harmony when we're moving the forks down. And then we also have the sun and the new moon, Ra and Shosheta. Eliminating blocks to creativity and creating openings for creativity to flow. And then we have these the goddess forks, and these this combination represents Aset and Maat. It's an amazing, powerful combination of cosmic forces. Sending you love vibrations for a beautiful Maatical month. And then here are 2 other goddess forks. The goddess of the home, the goddess of relationships. The goddess of successful business. And now it's time for the KemeTones analysis of the moment of the new moon.